Hey, konnichiwa, minasan, it's Gray from Wakizashi's Teahouse over in Japan. How are you doing? Are you good? Are you Genki? I hope so. Well, I survived the typhoon. We were very lucky where we are. We just caught the kind of edge of it, but some areas were really hit hard. So thanks to the mountain, good old Dyson for protecting us yet again. But you're not here to listen to me waffle about that, are you? You're here for some comic picks. Hot Comics episode 10. My picks of this week, and these are all my choices. I'm sure there are plenty of other choices out there that people are going to go for, but you know, this is a personal thing, and surprisingly only one DC, one Marvel choice from me this week, although there are quite a few out. And I've got, I think, six or seven, I lost count, of indie titles. It's a cracking week for indies, so looking forward to this. So without further ado, let's get on with Gray's hot picks for this week, September the 4th. Starting as always with DC, I've got one choice. It is The Boy Wonder issue 5 by Juni Barr. Black Label, $5.99. The Robins have united to battle their way out of the stronghold of the Demon's Head. But Damien, cutting his family ties to Raish al Ghul, isn't just a matter of punching his way through ninjas. Could this fairy tale possibly have a happy ending? I doubt it. Or is the story of Damian Wayne an inescapable tragedy? So we're here at last, the conclusion of Juni Barr's wonderful take on the Robins. I'm really enjoying it, but I'm a fan of Damien. I know a lot of people are, but I am, so yeah, anything with him in it, especially when he's written well like this, I'm up for it. The art can be a bit hit or miss. I know some people don't like it, but I like the style, the stylishness of it. It's very unique, and as I say, looking forward to the conclusion. So that's it from DC. My pick this week. I mean, Batman's out. I'm not reading that anymore. There's Absolute Power issue 3. Poison Ivy issue 25. If you like that, that's out. But yeah, nothing else like strikes me fancy. And next up, I've only one choice from Marvel as well this week. And I tell you what, this feels like it's come around pretty fast. It is Get Fury issue 5, written by Garth Ennis with art by Jason Burrows. Is this the final issue? I'm just checking. No, there's an issue 6 out in October. I think that's the end. So yeah, absolutely loving this series. Really, really good. Great to get the real Frank Castle Punisher and the original Nick Fury as well in Vietnam. Can Frank save Nick? That's the question. And will Nick's jilted lover, possible daughter, get in the way? I tell you, yeah, one of the best series out there right now. It's a shame it's only a mini. I could read this like monthly. I would love it to continue, but it is what it is. 6 issues. Are you buying it? That's the question.
Are you an assassin? I'm a soldier.
For fans of Daredevil, The Incredible Hulk, they're both out. Miles Morales, Spider-Man. But yeah, that's it from Marvel. Oh, there's a new X-Men as well, but I've no interest in it. It's called Exceptional X-Men issue 1, and the writer is, are you ready for this? Eve L. Ewing. So I think I'll skip that. Moving on to the indies, let's start with Image. I'm going to go for this mainly because of the cover. Scarlett issue 4, written by Kelly Thompson with art by Marco Ferrari. Storm Shadow on the cover, fighting Scarlett. Now, I kind of dropped out this series after a couple of issues, but I want to pick it back up because I'm hoping for good things from this. And I've heard it's good from other people, so let's hope so. But it can be a bit, well, she can be a bit too girl bossy, if you know what I mean. We'll see. It says here, Scarlett has infiltrated the Arashikage for one purpose: locate and extract Jinx. But the true purpose of her best friend's mission becomes clear. And, listen to this, it's an enormous game changer for the Energon universe. There we go. So yeah, pretty curious to read this. Also from Image, we have the wonderful Rook, Exodus issue 5. Now, I heard a rumour this came out early in comic shops last week, but I haven't read it. I've got Reliant Digital, so we'll see. There was no review copy, I will say that. Written by Jeff Johns, fantastic art by Jason Fabok. $3.99 by the way, all the Ghost Machine books are so far. Okay, here's a synopsis. Urusor, ruler of Exodus. Rook, food for the vultures. Left for dead after last issue's slobber knocker. Rook faces his greatest fears as the animal world completely turns against him. And without them, he's frankly better off dead. Also, what does Urusor plan to do with his prize? If you're not reading this, come on. I really wholeheartedly recommend it if you've any interest in a bit of sci-fi or even space fantasy. Great use of animals in this as well, animal powers, so yeah, give it a look. And if you don't enjoy the story, you'll be knocked out by the art. Now, I'm late to the game with my third choice from Image this week. It is The Holy Roller, issue 8. It's 8 of 9. It's a 9-issue miniseries, but I keep hearing really good things about this. Checking the credits, and there's 3 writers on this, which I wasn't aware of. I thought it was just Rick Remender, but there's also Joe Troman and Andy Samberg listed. Art's by Roland Boschi. Yeah, I mean, it's about a bowling superhero somehow, and look at the cover. It looks pretty awesome. Up is down, foes are friends, haywire holograms signal plummeting property values, while the demise and rise of heroes and sidekicks all manifest the end times. But don't worry, there's still plenty of pudding for everyone. I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me, but yeah, as I say, I've heard from a few different people that this is really fun, so I'm going to give it a shot. All I've got to do though is catch up with the previous 7 issues. I could always wait for the trade, but yeah, I want to try this one issue and see if it takes me, if it pulls me in. Next up is one from Dark Horse. It's Dawnrunner issue 5, written by Ram V with art by Evan Cagle. It's basically Jim. Jim from Weird Times Comics has got me into this. I wasn't reading it, but yeah, it's pretty cool. It's basically about mechs, giant mechs fighting, gladiatorial combat to save humanity, that kind of thing. Huge stakes, but what I'm enjoying, apart from the really cool art, very distinctive art by Cagle, is the characters in this. Yeah, and I'm always a sucker for a bit of sci-fi, and hey, who doesn't like some massive mechs? Come on. It says here, Anita and Dawnrunner, driven by their stories, have changed into something unforeseen as they make their stand against the Prime. But in their transcendence lies the potential for both hope and despair. As the true motivation of monsters, both alien and homegrown, comes to light, sacrifices must be made to protect the ones you love. Just realised this is possibly the final issue because there's only 5 issues listed on the League of Comic Geeks website, but hey, I don't know, there could be more. From Titan Books we have Conan, Battle of the Black Stone, issue 1. This is a miniseries as far as I know. Written by Jim Zub with art by Jonas Scharf. The cover's by Gerardo Zaffino. Great cover, by the way. It says on the synopsis, Battle of the Black Stone, an epic new Conan event begins here. 3 issues are listed on the site here, September, October and November. Just the current run of Conan is so good, so anything that is part of that I want to read. Yeah, Jim Zub, he's killing it. Simple as that. So let's go for it. Let's try Conan, Battle of the Black Stone. Okay, and let me round up my picks with 2 from Oni Press. The first one is Cruel Universe, issue 2. 4 bizarre tales of time and space by 8 modern masters of the science fiction form. That's what it says. It's got the writers Christopher Cantwell, Chris Condon, Stephanie Phillips, and art by David Lapham, Javier Fernandez, Leo Max, Riley Rossmo. Hello. I really enjoyed the first issue of this, especially, what was the first story? Who was it by? Oh my god, Matt Kint. The Matt Kint story was excellent. So yeah, I'm up for a bit, sci-fi, small, short stories, a bit of an anthology, see how it goes. Yes, I prefer this one to the horror version, which has got a crazy title and I can't remember off the top of my head at the moment. Some really unmemorable title. But yeah, Cruel Universe is where it's at. So, did you read last issue? If you did, we'd be picking this up. And my final pick is taking the chance, basically, on The Autumn Kingdom, issue 1 by Cullen Bunn with art by Christopher Mitten. Now, Christopher Mitten, I know that name because I've just read his backup story in last week's issue of Detective Comics. Wasn't quite sure about the art, I'm afraid, so I'm a little bit wary to say this is going to be a great comic, but it intrigues me. I like the look of the cover and the sound of it. Let me read you the synopsis. It's quite long, actually, so I'll try and highlight it, summarise it. What's the word? Bananas. One family's labyrinthine descent through a perilous forest where the local folklore is anything but a myth. A remote cabin on the edge of a lush Swedish forest. A fantasy writer, his young daughters, Summer and Winter, are exploring until they happen upon a strange clearing of ancient statues, goblins, dwarves, and so on. When something sinister follows the girls home and viciously snatches their parents in the night, the sisters' only hope may be the ancient relics, lost in the forest underbrush, waiting for a new champion to take it up. Yeah, it sounds pretty good. Cover doesn't reveal much, does it? I've not seen any interior art, so we'll have to see. But yeah, Let's try, because I really enjoyed the, say, Onipress's Cruel Universe, so we'll see. And that's it for me picks. Hello, love, are you still here? Hey, so as always, thanks so much for watching this far, that's brilliant. Let me know what you think of my picks, and do drop your picks in the comments. I always want to know, I want to hear about, good new comics or good series which I've not been reading, for example, like The Holy Roller, picking that up now. So yeah, looking forward to hearing from you, and I hope to see you in a future video. This is Gray from Wakizashi's Teahouse, signing off on the Monday night here. Matane.